Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with grammar and we are going to study about sentences. Now, before we do this sentences chapter, I want you to do the warm up exercise. So you have to unjumble each set of words and form a sentence. Now when you unjumble this set of words, the answers that you will get will be: number 1, what a beautiful painting is this? Mark of exclamation. Number 2, who broke the jar? Question mark. Number 3, I'm going to the concert tonight, full stop. Number 4, open the door at once, full stop. Number 5, how well she sings, mark of exclamation. Number 6, what is your name? Question mark. Alright, so when you observe this sentence, you will find that these sentences are a meaningful arrangement of words. So before you have done your exercise, you had just a set of words which did not give you a complete meaning. Okay, but once you have done the exercise, you have unjumbled them, you found out that now they are giving you a complete sense. Yes, so that's exactly what a sentence is. It is the meaningful arrangement of words. For example, the officers are busy. So it gives you a complete meaning, isn't it? Now this sentence, children, it has two parts. The sentence has two parts and they are the subject and the predicate. So you see the first two words which is colored in blue, the officers, it is a subject, and the other two words are busy is the predicate. But how do we come to know that what is a subject and what is the predicate? How will you identify it? So for being able to identify a subject in the sentence, you need to understand one thing, that the subject is the one who does something or something is spoken about him or her. Alright? So whenever we speak about something, alright, so that means we are able to discuss about the subject, isn't it? Yes. For example, if you say you should go to the library sometimes, so what are we discussing about? To whom are we talking? We are talking to somebody, isn't it? Who is you? So here you is the subject and should go to the library sometimes is the predicate. I hope it is clear to you. So subject can be a noun or a pronoun. Subject can be a word and also it can be a phrase. Alright. So what is a phrase? It is group of words which are added to a sentence for a complete meaning. They don't have a complete meaning on their own, isn't it? Yes. So they are phrases. Alright. Now what are predicate? Predicate, they actually give us information about the subject. And the predicate contains the verb. Always remember that it will always contain a verb, while the subject will never contain a word. A verb. The subject will have a noun or a pronoun. Alright. Now the types of sentences. It is divided into 4 types or 4 kinds. Declarative sentences, interrogative sentences, imperative sentences and exclamatory sentences. Declarative sentences, they are those sentences that state facts, that declare some facts. What are facts? Which are based on observation, isn't it, or experience, those things which are true, isn't it? Yes. Like, it is going to rain today. You should go to the library sometimes. Now, types of declarative sentences. It can be affirmative and negative. So, affirmative sentences are positive sentences, okay? Madhuri sings well. Anupriya is a good dancer. Now, negative sentences. A negative sentence will always have no, not, does not. Alright, that means the negative words. You see, Madhuri does not sing well. Anupriya is not a good dancer. Alright, now what do you see here, children? This boy is thinking about something. He has a question in his mind, isn't it? Yes, so he has questions like which, who, where, isn't it? So whenever we frame a question in our mind, we generally frame it with the words like which, who, where, what, isn't it? Like, you ask, what is your name? And then you add a question mark. So what kind of sentence is it? It is an interrogative sentence. Yes. So an interrogative sentence asks a question and ends with a question mark. For example, you see, is it raining outside? Question mark. But children, do you observe one thing? Here the sentence begins with is it raining outside. Is the beginning word of the sentence. But is not a WH word, like we have seen in the previous slide. So can we make questions with the auxiliary verbs? Yes, we can also make questions with the auxiliary verbs. I hope it is clear to you. So in the next slide, we are going to deal with the types of interrogative sentences. Okay, so the interrogative form can be of 2 types. It can be an open question and it can be closed question. What are in open question interrogative forms? It will begin with a WH question word. Okay? Yes, you see, what did you do? Isn't it? It begins with a question word, that is WH word. Then did is the auxiliary, you is the subject and do is the verb in simple form, and then it ends with a question mark. Okay. So why is it an open question? Because if you ask this question to 10 people, they will have 10 different answers for it. Alright. On the contrary, when we see the closed question or yes or no question, we just have 2 options. Isn't it? Yes or no. And it will always begin with the auxiliary verb. Okay. You see here, did you go to the cinema? And then it ends with a question mark. So students, today we have studied about sentences, the parts of sentences and the types of sentences. I hope the concept of sentences is clear in your mind. Thank you class and have a nice day.